Good morning, beautiful people. God bless you. I hope that you're doing wonderful. This is I'm Unique, and please excuse me for the noise because I am driving. But I wanted to share some words that the Lord shared with me this morning as I was listening to some scripture. I was listening to the book of Philippians, and in chapter 4, where it talks about don't worry about anything, but instead pray about everything, and ask God for what you need and thank Him for all that He has done. We have a lot of things on our mind, on our plate sometimes that we're trying to get done. We have goals, we have dreams, we have aspirations, and sometimes we can stay stagnant or stay in this place of worry because we don't think that don't think that it's possible for this to change, or don't think that the Lord can help us, to make this change, because it may be a small thing, or it may be something that we think doesn't matter to God. But I have this idea that I've been sitting on and kind of working with and kind of sowing into for a while. And I've got to a point to where I just been feeling stagnant with it and kind of discouraged about it. And like, Lord, do you still want me to do this? Is it still going to work out? I know you gave me this vision, this idea some time ago, and just was kind of feeling stagnant with it. But the Lord encouraged me that you have to ask Him for what you need, no matter how practical that need is. If it's a plan, if it's an idea, if it's a more creativity, like more creative inspiration that you need, like literally anything you need, God can plant that into your heart, plant it into your mind, and He will give you exactly what you need. Excuse me, like if you need a business plan, like if you're trying to start a business, like God will give you the ideas. And when He does give you the ideas, or give you the plan, or give you the strategy, sometimes He'll tell you, send you even people, or give you ideas of people that you can reach out to. Be sure to have your pen ready and write down the ideas, write down what the Lord gives you, write down what He shares with you, so that you can have it and that you can act on it when the time is appropriate. And sometimes we may think like a little idea that we get isn't like great, or we need like this huge deep revelation, or we need the entire picture or idea before we can get started, or before we can actually make a move, or before this thing can actually become effectual. But there's a scripture in the gospel, one of the gospels, where I think it's told differently in each gospel, but it is where Jesus is like talking about stewardship, and how when God gives us something, He gave people different talents. He gave one person 5, He gave one person I think 2 or 3, and then He gave the other person 1. And the person who He gave 1 talent to was like, I didn't know what to do with it, I thought you was kind of a harsh judge, so I just kind of kept it to myself and hid it. And then the person who had 2 or 3, it was like, yeah, I win, and I got 2 more, or I can't think if it's 2 or 3. Let's say 2, but he's like, I got 2 more. I went and used it, and I invested in it, got 2 more. And the person who had 5, he's like, yeah, I went and flipped it. I got 5 more talents now. And so it's because he was a good steward of what God gave him. So if God gives you, He said He gives to us according to what He thinks we should have. He gives us ideas, He gives us thoughts sometimes, and if we're not faithful over the single thought, the single idea that God gives us, then how can we expect, or how can we have a heart of expectation, or a mind that's open enough to receive an even larger vision? The Lord may give you an idea, just go and look on Pinterest, or go and look on Google for maybe a slogan, or a book cover, or an idea for your song, or an idea for your ministry, or look up he plants seeds. He gives us thoughts. God isn't he can perform miracles and these powerful things, but oftentimes God is in those thoughts. God is in those ideas that we can sometimes write off. So I just wanted to encourage somebody, be a good steward over the ideas and the inspiration that God gives you. And if you are lacking, or if you feel stuck or stagnant, or if you are worrying about something, no matter what it is, it could be about your money, it God's plan for your career, God's plan for your family, God's plan for your health, whatever it is, you can go to God and ask him about it. Ask him anything. He's like a father, and he doesn't want us to be out here without wisdom. He doesn't want us to be in here walking in darkness or walking in ignorance as to what his plan is, what his ideas are for our life. Ask him for a strategy if you're trying to get out of a certain situation. Like if you may be in a relationship. To be transparent, I remember there's a season where I was in this relationship that I know was not the Lord's will for my life, and I felt stuck because I had invested so much into it, and I didn't want to, like, I know this is backwards, but I didn't want to like hurt that person's feelings. I didn't want to start over. It was just a lot that I didn't want to do, or I felt discouraged about making a move because I was like, Lord, I'm all in this. I know you told me in the first place, dealing with shame and guilt and all that. But I had to literally ask the Lord, like, what should I do? Like, how am I going to get out of this? Like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm bound to this person. I'm bound to this situation. And I really want to get out now. Like, I feel stuck. I really want to get out, though. Like, I don't want to be here. And when you have that desire for change, and then when you bring that desire before the Lord, he can work with it. He can he can counsel you. The Bible calls him a wonderful counselor. Like, he can literally counsel you as to what to do with those thoughts, what to do with those feelings, what to do with the desires you have for change. Like, and so the Lord gave me, I'm being transparent, but I mean, that's good, we need that, but the Lord gave me a plan, a strategy on how to get out of this relationship. And excuse me, it was, in a way, it was challenging. I had to be honest with myself. I had to be honest with God. I didn't go to him continually, I'm sorry, I know I'm wrong. I didn't go to him like that. I just was like, I'm here, Dad. He's our father. Imagine if, I don't know if you have a relationship with your father, but a good father is not going to just like turn his child away just because they've made mistakes. Like, or be like, I don't want to help you, or nah, you got yourself into it, get yourself out. That's not what a good father does. A good father helps his children. Like, he's gonna help his daughter, he's gonna help his son if they need it and when they ask him. But we have to ask him. Like, we have to ask and you shall receive, knock and it shall be open, seek and you shall find. Like, it's something we have to do on our part. If we're really looking for a way out, God will provide the way of escape. There's a scripture that says that there's no temptation that has happened to a man or to a woman that God, that's not common to everybody. So everything that we're going through, somebody else has already gone through it. And God says, even if we are caught up in temptation, he will provide a way of escape. Like, he's a provider. Like, a provider makes ways. A provider is more than someone who just gives you money for something and like, here, just go and do what you want to do. A provider gives you something that helps you in a way, or that even it could be like instruction, it could be wisdom, it could be guidance, it could be counsel, it can be something other than money that the Lord gives you. But you have to ask in order to receive. And yes, the Lord knows us. Yes, the Lord is all knowing. Sometimes people say, well, God is everywhere and God is so good. Why does this happen? Or why does, he allow this and that? Well, maybe because nobody's asked him to help him, ask them to change it. Or maybe because nobody's made themselves available for him to change it. I'm getting a little off course here, but I just want to encourage you all that whatever you need, don't sit and worry about it. Don't sit and straddle the fence. If you sat and worried and thought about something, an idea, something that you just cannot shake, something that God has put it in your spirit, like, Don't just sit there with the idea. Open it up and bring it before the Lord. Get your pen and paper out, or your notebook, or your if you're like more of a typer, get your computer out, get you a clean sheet of paper. If you're a drawer, however the Lord communicates to you. Sometimes God gives me like vision, because I'm a visual person. Like, he'll give me dreams sometimes even. And even with the dream part, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting adequate rest. Make sure that you're drinking your water, eating healthy, and being a good steward even over your body, because this is a temple. This is where God lives, and God can give us things, but sometimes it's blurry because we're not healthy enough to receive what he's giving us. Or maybe we're just, we're not in a healthy mental space. Maybe we're thinking about all kind of other things. Sometimes we have to get in a place of consecration. Sometimes we have to pray and fast for maybe a few days or a week, or however long we need to get our spirit settled enough to where we can hear and receive from the Lord. But don't sit on those ideas. Don't sit on the vision that God is giving you. Don't sit on that ministry. Don't sit on that business. Don't sit on your mental health. If God said that he wants you to prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers, don't sit there and not go to therapy. Don't sit there and not go to counseling. Don't sit there and not seek godly counsel or direction. Don't sit there and not go back to school if God has called you to a certain industry. Because if he's called you to it, that means he needs you there. He wants to put you there for his purpose and for his plan, but we have to be open to receive it, and we have to be open enough to ask him. If you need a grant or scholarship money to go back to school, ask him. He will give you direction, but when he does give you direction, it may not be the whole entire picture. He may not give you the whole end all be all. He will start with just maybe a thought, or maybe just an unction, or maybe just to go and talk to that person. And once you do that, then that will open the door for even more. Like, seek and you shall find. You have to be you have to pursue what God gives you, if you will. But pray about it. Pray about everything. Don't worry. If you think about something more than twice or more than once, honestly, without consulting with God, then that means you're worrying about it. That means you're taking it into your hands. There's a pastor named Creflo Dollar who I listen to sometimes, and he talks about how he needs God for everything. Like, I need God, and we're the same way. We all need God for everything. I don't want to think by myself. I don't want to breathe by myself. I don't want to try to figure this out by myself. I don't want to pastor by myself. I don't want to counsel people. I don't want to sing without you. Like, I need you for everything. Like, and so we have to include God in our plans, in our thoughts. We have to open up and pray and really ask him and be honest with him about where we are, and so he can give us what we need when we need it. But yeah, pray about everything, guys. I'm gonna go. I pray that this blessed you and helped you in some way. Until next time, this is I'm Unique. Take care. Have a great day, a great evening, a great afternoon. Goodbye.